Barman Outdoors here. Day 3, which is today. It was too cold to be outside fishing. I went out and tried to film a video, and it was so cold that my phone turned off and lost about 20% of my battery. So today, instead, we are going to be going over what I'm throwing right now and then what I will be throwing in the spring during bedding season. So right now, this late into the fall, or really winter, there's only 2 things I'm throwing right now. One is I'm throwing a 6 cents juggle minnow, that right there. And I'm just shaking this in front of the live scope, just hoping for the best. But I'm throwing this and then a jerkbait. This jerkbait I like a lot. It dives 3 to 5 feet. But right now I'm throwing this by structure, kind of more on the shallow side on sunny days where that water's heating up, warm, where it's going to be the warmest. Because right now it's been in the 30s and 40s, but today it was 11 degrees. So this right here, and then the minnow. The minnow, I'm just trying to find schooling fish. They're on bait right now, shad. And I'm just trying to spot out a big one and throwing this on it and just shaking it in front of its head, just hoping for it to bite. Right now, I don't really like fishing because 1, it's hard, and 2, I just can't seem to catch a fish. But them are the only 2 things I'm throwing right now. And I'm throwing a crankbait a little bit. This, throwing a crankbait. But this, I'm throwing at rocks. I'm mainly fishing structure right now and more shallow water. I know they're out deep right now, but I'm just trying to find some getting up on the bank. I think that people don't throw this enough, and it gets big bites. A KVD bug. Throwing it out deep or up shallow, just on rocks, trees, anything sticking up. Flipping this around is awesome. I've caught a bunch of fish on this, and it just seems to work. Right now, I'm throwing it a little bit with the jerkbait, the minnow, and the crankbait, but I throw this a lot. And I throw this during the spring when they're bedding, which I'm going to go over here in a second. Now, it's time to go over what I'm throwing during the spring. I'll start with this. Brown and yellow crankbait. This one dives from about 4 to 8 feet. I like throwing this around the rocks and just making noise, getting that bill to hit the rocks and bounce off of it. I'm throwing this and my other 4 baits right before they get on beds. When they're out feeding, they're getting really fat. But this, just making noise. And then along with that, this, a red lipless crankbait or a rattle trap. Just ripping this around rocks. I really like throwing this before the spring. Pretty much anything red. And this gets a lot of bites. And I like throwing this along with the chatterbait. Chatterbait, it's all around. Good thing to fish all year around. Red during spring and chartreuse. These 2 are amazing. I like throwing Z-Mans more than jackhammers or whatever they're called. See, I don't even fish with them. But Z-Man, I just love them. Their baits, I think, are better, and also they're a lot more affordable. The Z-Man has a nice weed guard on it. Some of them come with a weed guard, some of them don't. But these 2 are my favorite to fish with other than them 2 baits during any time of the year. especially during muddy water. This just makes a lot of noise. It attracts a bunch of fish, and they just seem to love a chatterbait. But them are all of my baits I'm throwing right now, and then I'm going to be throwing here in the next month or so, on through spring. But thank you all for watching. We're still trying to get to 75 subscribers. Once we do that, we're going to do the creek series. So I'm excited for that. We'll be catching some small largemouth, some pumpkin seed, and some perch, yellow perch. But thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you all on the next one.